Now, an in-depth look at the news and information shaping our community. This is Moose Talks with your host, Doug Craig, on Moose FM.
Welcome to the show. A little later on, we'll be chatting with Jessica Kalman from the Fort St. John Literacy Society. The mayor of Fort St. John recently declared September as Literacy Month, so we'll find out what that means for the society and some of the things they've got planned in honor of the declaration. But first, the Fort St. John Association for Community Living has been busy this summer with their Growing Connections program and all the many wonderful things they do as well, which includes an exciting new addition to the program that really extends the growing season to be basically throughout the year for them. So, for more on that and many other things, we're joined now by the association's executive director, Joe Lang. Joe, welcome back to Moose Talks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here today. I thought we'd start with, for people who don't know, maybe they're new to town or they've heard of the association but are a little unsure of exactly what you guys do, if you could maybe describe for us kind of what your mandate is.
Absolutely. So we support people with developmental disabilities to have a better quality of life, to be connected with the community. We do that through residential programming, day services, community connections, employment. Mm-hmm. We're kind of growing, and we're actually expanding our mandate to help people with complex needs because we're trying to meet some of the needs that are in the community. Mm-hmm. But we have a fairly broad spectrum of services right now.
I see. When people who are developmentally disabled or they know someone in their family, they reach out to you to say, hey, we need some help in some way, and you sort of start to work together on what that might be or what that might look like, or is it broader than that?
Well, they can reach out to us. We're funded through Community Living BC.
I see.
And a lot of our referrals come through there, but we spend a lot of time writing grant proposals and getting donations from the community to help people who may not otherwise get help. Mm-hmm. So we create different programs so they can reach out to us. We might be able to support them in one of the programs that we've created in addition to the funding that we normally get.
I see. And I think, it's all important, but the employment kind of aspect's kind of the big one we certainly see around the community. Tell us a bit about how that works and kind of how you set up somebody with employment in the community. Well,
first of all, we have an amazing community here, and the employers are just so responsive. We have a lot of individuals who celebrate like 10 years with an employer, so that says a lot about this community. Mm-hmm. And the ability to work together with us. And we're actually really excited because our employment program is recognized throughout the province, and we are going to be featured in a film that is going to be done by Inclusion BC.
No kidding.
So they'll be coming out to Fort St. John to start filming, hopefully October, because we told them November the weather is not as predictable. So they'll feature some of the individuals that are currently working in the community, our employment program, the organization as a whole, but also the city, mm-hmm. and give Fort St. John the attention it deserves, because it doesn't always get that kind of attention provincially, mm-hmm. but it's a nice way to recognize the community.
Absolutely. Well, Fort St. John, of course, we're known for energy and all that, mm-hmm. but of course there's lots of farming and kind of agrarian lifestyle around, and food security, a big issue that keeps growing kind of every day and year as it passes. So you guys have a program that sort of touches on that and sort of deals with that, calling Growing Connections. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we started almost 2 years ago, Growing Connections program. Through the generosity of some local farmers, we have a couple plots of land that we have use of. One, we have sheep, and so the individuals we support get to interact with the animals and learn to care for them. It's a positive self-esteem building activity. Mm-hmm. The other site, we grow crops that we sell at the local farmers market. Mm-hmm. And this year we added an aquaponics program, which is an indoor agricultural program that has both agricultural and aquatic components. So the system connects a large fish tank and growing beds so that the waste from the fish actually fertilizes the soil, and then the plants then purify the water, which goes back into the fish, so you can grow both crops and fish. So right now we have shabunkins, which all the individuals have named, which are a very large variety of goldfish. But the system has potential to grow fish for food like tilapia, different things like that. So we're looking forward to getting to extend through the winter and maybe even offer some of those vegetables that we grow during the winter, because it's a little more challenging to get fresh produce up here.
Absolutely. I think it's just a fascinating concept. How did you get wind of this idea, and where did it come from, and what kind of said to you, I mean, this would be perfect for us because our growing season isn't very long, and we would all like fresh produce in the winter.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research. I had previously worked at an organization that had a 290-acre farm as part of the programming. So I learned a lot there. And when I came up here, I realized that we need to look at crops that we can grow in a short period of time. And that kind of spun into, well, how do we extend this? And a lot of organizations have started to do indoor growing, but just adding the fish as a component makes it fun for the individuals, but also a little more productive.
I see. It's a fascinating program. I want to talk a bit about this as well. The mayor declared September as Disability Employment Month. I believe it's also Disability Employment Month in September, kind of province-wide. What does that mean for you as an association? Is it like about raising awareness? Are you happy that the local governments do things like this?
Absolutely. I think it brings some attention, but it brings attention in a way that may be different from the original plan for it. The individuals that we have that are in employment spots are so motivated and so dedicated to their employers. It shines a light on what they have to offer as individuals. So it's not about the employer doing a favor to the organization or to the individual. It's about getting a good employee who's dedicated to your company. And a lot of employers in town are learning that and continue to support us because of that.
I wonder, I mean, you've talked about how the community is very supportive so far, but there's always room for improvement. So what do you think we as community members, me, local governments, businesses, what can we all be doing more of to support kind of the members of our community who are disabled, our neighbors?
Well, I think giving people
All right, Joe. Well, if someone's listening now, they want to support you and the association in some way. Maybe they have questions or they know someone who needs the support of the association. What's the best way to reach out to you? How can they contact you?
So if they email us at that info email, if it's something that needs my attention, it'll get forwarded to me and I will respond. But we're always happy to help. People have kind of popped by the office even to say hi, and just we've had people come by and donate things, and we're always happy to chat. So anybody that reaches out to us, I'll reach back.
All right, Joe. Well, I really appreciate you making some time to chat with us today. Thanks so much for coming by. You're very welcome. That's Joe Lang, the Executive Director of the Fort St. John Association for Community Living. Welcome back to the show. I'm Dub Craig. Now we're here to talk about all things literacy, as the mayor has declared the month of September as Literacy Month here in Fort St. John. Though the Fort St. John Literacy Society works throughout the year providing literacy solutions and whatnot in various ways throughout the community. So to talk about all that, we're joined now by Jessica Kalman, the Executive Director of the Fort St. John Literacy Society. Jessica, welcome back to Moose Talks.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be back face to face in the studio again.
It's been a long time.
Yes, has it ever?
So I thought we'd start kind of what we did with Joe earlier. For people who don't know much about the society, they've probably heard the name, but they don't fully understand kind of everything you guys do. Can you kind of break that down for us a little bit? What do you guys do at the society for the community?
For sure. So the Literacy Society is kind of our goal to help with any literacy goal that is self-identified by our clients. So really that can encompass any educational or knowledge piece. So we have people that are learning English. We have those that need help writing a resume, reading and understanding their driver's manual, getting some help with after school help and children's books clubs. So we have a pretty wide range of what we do. But overall, it's basically anything that can be encompassed within an educational realm. We're there to support and help as much as we can.
Financial literacy is sort of one of the things you do too?
Yes, we do financial as well as nutritional literacy. So helping people sort of understand how to manage their finances at home with home budgeting. And then it kind of flips over to how can you create healthy, nutritious meals while still on a budget as well. So a little bit of everything, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, I often see kind of the events you have on Facebook and whatnot that are sort of like, you come by, check this out, and we're doing this. Are those, is there other like services you offer that are related to that, where people like come and, I don't know, purchase is the right word for it, but like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Before I spin my wheels anymore.
Yeah, at this point in time, all of our services are free to the community, thanks to our funders and community support. A little while back, we did do Spanish lessons, which was kind of a pay for service because it was something outside of our realm that we actually had a number of people approach us and say, hey, this is something we want. And our instructor happens to be fluent in Spanish. So it worked out really well. But overall, 95% of our services are free and open to the community to take part in.
And this is, I want to stress this isn't about literacy just for children. I mean, it's for adults too, right?
Absolutely. Actually, most of our clients are adults, and our programs, again, probably 80% of them are targeted towards those who are 18 or older. And the idea behind that is that the school system captures those that are up to 18 and gives them support there. And once you graduate out of high school, then we're there to kind of help out with any extended learning that's needed. And then again, prior to school, we have the Dolly Parton Imagination Library program that helps children prepare for kindergarten. So that's for 0 to 5.
Absolutely. And we'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. Again, I mentioned the mayor declaring September Literacy Month. She's done this before. I'm just curious what your take on what that means to you and the association and what it does for the association when local politicians say, this is Literacy Month. We're kind of about this,
Yeah, so the biggest thing is that it raises awareness. It lets people know that we're here, kind of a little bit about what we do. And it's nice that the city, and we thank them for sort of advocating for the Literacy Society and giving us that space to hold, to say that this is in the community, these are the services that we offer, and this is how it helps the community members as a whole. Yeah. So we are really appreciative for their support, but mostly it is a kind of an awareness and advocacy piece.
I see. Okay. So, I mean, I imagine you always have lots of things planned, but especially this month, you've probably got a few events and things kind of planned for looking forward to. You want to tell us about a few of them?
Yeah. So we're still in the process of finalizing our calendar. So we are going to be taking part in the Community One Stop. So we'll have a table there for community members to register for some of our upcoming fall programs, which includes a teen book club, some tutoring help, just some programs. The Imagination Library will have registrations there as well.
Yeah.
And then we are partnering up with the library for a couple things this year. So the library's doing an Any Book Club.
Yes.
Which is really exciting. I think
you've heard of it. I've been a part of that in the past. That's very cool.
Wonderful. Yeah. So that's on September 13th and this one's for children ages 6 to 11. And also on September 17th at the library, community members can pick up a package about the 7 teachings. So kind of pick up packages is what we're still sort of mostly focusing on. And then September 19th, the library is doing Talk Like a Pirate Day. But that's not to say that there's not other literacy initiatives across the community. There's quite a few. So best way is probably to email myself at info@fsjliteracy.ca or can call the office at 785-2110. And if I'm not in, I'll be sure to get the message. And if I'm in, I'll be there to talk to you.
Excellent. All right, Jessica. Well, thanks so much for stopping by to chat with us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. That's Jessica Kalman, the Executive Director of the Fort St. John Literacy Society.